Good catch, Abigail. So this hike that I just did, Delta Lake, is apparently Instagram famous. I came to Jackson and I saw one of my friends I haven't seen in a long time, and I asked him what I should do, where I should go, what I should hike. And he told me this is one of his favorite hikes. It's like one of the best views of the Tetons. You can see Grand Teton. It's a beautiful lake. But he told me it's Instagram famous. I did look it up on Instagram and I definitely saw why. I mean, it's freaking beautiful. But I have been thinking and talking and learning so much about like the dangers of social media, and I think there is this interesting danger. Like, people see all these beautiful pictures of like alpine lakes, and I think they just assume that because they're seeing all these beautiful photos, it's just like a simple hike to get there. People aren't showing you the steep trail on the way there. They're just showing you the beautiful view once you get there. So today I saw a lot of people who didn't look like they were carrying enough, but I've seen people who aren't carrying anything. You know, I have like half a gallon of water with me, maybe even more than that, almost an entire gallon of water, which is like what you should have coming out here. And I've just seen so many people who are wearing leggings and tennis shoes, and I mean, whatever works for you, however you hike, you hike. But I think there are a lot of people that see pictures of this place and other like Instagram famous outdoor scenes, and they just totally underestimate it because you're just seeing this beautiful thing. You're not seeing like everything that goes into getting there. And so people are not prepared for the boulder fields. That to get up to Delta Lake, there's an unmarked trail, so it's kind of sketchy. You could easily get lost. People aren't bringing enough water. And there were definitely a lot of people that weren't like wearing proper shoes. You know what I mean? Like, it's just this interesting like danger that social media is creating, because you just see this beautiful picture, the beautiful outdoors, and you don't see the wrong socks that I wore. You don't see the fact that I forgot electrolytes. You don't see me dropping my camera lens into a boulder field and hearing it fall like 10 feet down, my shaking knees, you know what I mean? So I hope that with my adventures and everything I put online, and you watching these videos, you can get more of a realistic expectation if you want to go hiking but don't have a lot of experience doing so, because there are a lot of things that can happen out here. This is the great outdoors. Okay, now I know this is a super dramatic change from what we were just seeing. This is me editing. I am indoors and I am a shapeshifter, okay? But I just wanted to throw in a few more thoughts here, why I think it's really important for people to be prepared when they're hiking, prepared when they're in the outdoors. I mean, first of all, your safety, but yeah, if you're only going on like a 6 or 8 mile hike, not bringing enough water, not bringing enough food, or not wearing the right shoes, maybe isn't the end of the world. You probably won't die, and maybe you won't even be injured or harmed. But I think it's really important that we make sure people are prepared when they're hiking and comfortable when they're hiking, because uncomfortable hikers or people who are in a rush and feel really unprepared can lead to a lot of ecological damage. If you've ever been on a trail that has a bunch of switchbacks, you may have seen social trails before where people are just cutting straight down. It might seem really tedious or ridiculous to have to keep going back and forth, but it's created like that to prevent erosion. And when people are uncomfortable or they feel like they don't have enough water, they don't have enough food, they just want to get there, they just want to get back,
like especially when they're coming down and they just want to get back to their car so they can get that water, they can get that food, they can take these shoes off. That's when they're going to start cutting all of those switchbacks. That's when people just become like careless and it's a free for all. And because they're uncomfortable and they're unprepared and they're hungry and they're thirsty and they're hurting, they're whatever, that's when they are going to care less about this beautiful resource that they are getting to experience. They become so consumed with what's going on inside them and how uncomfortable they're feeling that they feel like they just have to get back and they have to do whatever. I've seen it very often. So I think it's really important that we teach people, if they saw something online and they want to go actually visit it, let's think a little bit about what's going into getting you up there. How can you be prepared so that when you get up there, you can really enjoy it? Because I also saw a lot of people who, like, it's kind of sad. They made it all the way to Delta Lake and it was fine, but they looked super miserable. Like they took beautiful pictures and then immediately frowning, just looking miserable on the way back down. I don't want to see people like that. I want to see people enjoying what they're doing and having more of an idea of what's actually going into getting you to these beautiful places so that you can care about yourself and care about the beautiful place that you're in, so that you're having a great time, everyone else around you is having a great time, and because you're caring for this place, people in the future are going to also be able to have a great time. Thank you for watching. If there's any questions you have about hiking, being outdoors, living on the road, comment them below. I'm going to start making more informational YouTube videos, but really all the fun stuff is on Patreon. So if you want to know more about my emotional processing on this journey, the beautiful things that I see on this journey, more in-depth how-tos, more of a personal experience, head on over to Patreon, check it out. You can have access to almost all of my videos for only $3 a month. You can ask any questions there. I will answer everything. I might be more picky here. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and seriously, I love you always.